Hi chaps, MOP here from Beard, Biceps and Batchat. Today is another Batchat video. I'm having an absolute ball with this tank. Now a lot of that comes from I've actually changed the controller setup that I use. So I'm now using the handbrake for the handbrake setup. So handbrake for me is now L1 rather than down on the D-pad. So it's just made playing the Batchat a lot more fun. Now this game is going to differ from the one you had seen me playing previously. It's a lot more active, and you'll see me go into my usual spot on F6, but the game is a really fast-paced game. I thought you'd enjoy seeing something a bit more fast-paced rather than sitting sniping in a Batchat. So the red team has done something quite unusual. They have pushed very heavily down to the hill on the 9-0 line. Pretty much all their top tier heavies, in fact all their heavies are going that way. This is a little unusual on this map. There's usually one or two that go down the 1-2 line. Potentially there's one hanging around E5, E6, and maybe one hanging around A5, 6. So it's very unusual that they push that hard. For me, at this point, I was rubbing my hands together. I was thinking, right, I'm going to spot the lot of you as you go up the hill. I'm just going to fire shots into the side here. I'm going to have an absolute beast of a game. Then this happens. Get the track destroyed, E75, M103. Don't push to the hill like I think they're going to. They actually push much more aggressively and are using the trains as cover on the ridgeline to cover their advance, which means what I'm doing here is actually quite dangerous. I'm not actually looking to get shots off. What I'm looking to do is just to keep them spotted for our artillery so they can deal with them, so I don't need to. So I decide I can't poke from my usual position anymore. So what I want to do is get active, start lighting people up for the rest of the team to shoot at. I know the majority of the heavies are heading to the hill on the 9-0. Our team is pushing really aggressively down the 1-2 line. So what I want to do is support that as much as possible. I also know there's not much of a threat of anything that can do a huge amount of damage to me, because everything's gone down the 9-0 line, so I don't need to worry about it overly. So we could take a couple of shots off at the Brazil, put the first shot in, miss, second shot hits him. Now we're just waiting for the third shot and trying to get the fourth one in. Last clip, perfect, last shot of the clip, takes him out. We need to hide away for the reload. Now the beauty of the Batchat is when you're reloading, because you're so mobile, you are not useless. So you can go to other parts of the map, light up different parts of the map. You can make a nuisance of yourself, distract tanks so they aim at you, and then duck into cover so the shot doesn't do anything. There's a lot of things you can do with this tank, even on a reload, to make yourself still a priority target, and hopefully avoid fire. So as you can see, we've pretty much taken out 5 tanks so far. We've got the E75 fairly stranded, M103 is fairly stranded as well. Rest of the heavies are on the tank. So what I'm going to look to do is just to pick on this M103, 2 shots into him, flank him for the third shot, take him out, put the last shot into the E75, take his ammo rack out and see if we can finish him off. Nope, we bounce for the final shot of the clip. But as you can see, still getting spotted damage, still got a lot of spotted damage. Again, that's from all the tanks on the hill. We have cleared up the left hand side of the ridge. All they've got is the tanks left on the hill. So I can go back to my favourite spot, light everything up, get loads of spotting damage, and then just start firing shots into the guys as they present their flanks to me. I am very gutted at this point. I do not have my full clip loaded already just to put punishment into the side of these boys. Put a shot into the side of the T10. The IS-4 isn't my preferential target just because it is a nightmare to pen frontally. Even with APC out, I've got lucky with 2 shots there. Oh, not with a third. I'm still burning. There we go. Fire goes out. Use my big repair kit. Heal everything. I'm a one hit to pretty much everything. But at this point, it's pretty much irrelevant. And this is pretty much just clean-up mode at this point. So just to tell you what we've got coming up next week, I will probably start my Road to Tier 10 on the Czech line. That will probably start being posted next week. I'm also going to do a review on the 2 tanks for the Valkyria Chronicle series. We'll buy those, we'll do a review, we'll do some gameplay in that. from the bundles they've released in store, looks really good value for two really good tanks. I know there's been a couple of hit and miss ones for the IS-5 that was priced quite expensively, as well as the Centurion that was priced expensively just for a reskin. So really looking forward to these two tanks. I know Quickie Baby did a Twitch live stream on the PC Asia server with them. He had a lot of fun, so hopefully I have the same sort of success with them. Just to tie up this game, we finished the game with 4,000 damage with the ×2, 4,000 physical damage, 4,000 assisted damage, 11 pens. Quite a good game, only a second class because I know you guys are doing crazy things in your bat chats. I hope you're enjoying the content. I hope you're looking forward to next week, and I'll catch you next time, chaps.